simple game plan. Um, to see fights, all you want us to do is see fights. What Rapid Combat Sports? Uh, fucking 1:09 p.m. Right? All I want to do is see fights. All I want to do is see fights that they hype. Right? Uh, observe this shit. Right? Jermall Charlo versus Jaime Mungia talks collapse. Salute to Mark Cappinger, as they call him. Pounds, knockout net, right? Salute to you, brothers. Simple as that. I just wanted to see this fight. It's gonna be a quick video in regards to this shit. As you can see, the man knows he does have sources, he does say shit. But I was looking forward to this fight hard. Salute to Omar E, brother already with the Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz YouTube icon, which is probably one of the hardest at this point. Salute. It's over, bro. This shit ain't gonna happen. I thought it might not happen. I mean, it's a lot of hype for shit like this, right? You get all excited. You're saying, "Oh shit, I'm gonna go to this fight. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna have a carne asada. I'm gonna throw a fucking party over this fucking fight, right?" Jaime Mungia versus Charlo is collapsed. It's not happening. Supposedly, as we say, right? Supposedly, from my sources, Jermall Duck, possibly, possibly. Um, let me put some of this shit in the let me put up the rest of the article, right? Because I know motherfuckers. Uh, we read up in this motherfucker, right? Besides besides watching YouTube videos, we do read. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So what it says, Charlo, who was aligned with Al Heyman, PBC, and Mungia, who was promoted by Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, agreed on a financial terms for each boxer, sources said, but the broadcaster's rights became sticking point in an increasingly fractured sport. Showtime, one of PBC's two broadcast partners, along with Fox, was set to televise the 160-pound title fight on pay-per-view, sources said. However, Golden Boy missed that missed its partner insisted that its partner DAZN be involved with the broadcast, right, with the telecast. PBC offered Golden Boy the TV rights in Mexico and the UK, where the DAZN is popular. However, Golden Boy officials didn't respond by noon PT deadline Friday to close the deal, sources said. With talks broken off, the WBC has ordered a Tuesday purse bid for the middleweight title eliminator between Mungia and Carlos Adames, who is on the PBC, sources said. So if Mungia wins, he'll become the mandatory title challenger for Charlo. Uh, Essentially, the rights to Charlo Mungia could be auctioned off later this year. You guys tell me that makes any sense? Somebody in the comment section tell me if this shit makes any sense. Why the fuck would Mungia want to double trouble? Why would he want to fight Adames and then fight why would he want to fight Adames and then Charlo? So he just wants to make it double difficult, or is Golden Boy still doesn't believe in Jaime Mungia? Someone tell me what's going on here. Someone in the comment section. I feel Mungia was already ready. I don't know the difference. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's lying here, but I'll say this, right? I'll say this. It seems to me, Mike Cappinger. Mike Cappinger is a front boy for PBC from what I've seen. Someone tell me if I'm wrong about that. Mike Cappinger is a front boy for PBC, even though he works at ESPN. Everything he says, everything he writes, everything he comes out with tends to be on the PBC doctrine, and always leaving out certain things. I will wait for further news, right? But I was excited for this fight. I don't care. That's my point of view, brother. That's my point. You think I want to read through a fucking article and all this shit and all this garbage? This is what I want to get to right here, Sergeant. This is what I want to get to right here, bro. This is what I want to get to, bro. I don't want to be talking about no. Mike is exactly. Thank you, Knockout Ned. He is a PVC show, bro. I can't run with that, but he's saying what he's saying. That they offered Golden Boy, and then here's another thing. Here's another thing, right? Here's another thing. Why does Golden Boy even need to be offered the fucking this doesn't make any sense when someone writes an article. Why does Golden Boy need to be offered the rights to Mexico and Britain when they're already part of the fucking zone, bro? Like, the fuck out of here with this shit, man. L touched that boy Cappinger. True shit. Look, at just theoretically, let me run through this real quick because I just wanted to break that and get it off my table, whatever, get rid of it. It's not happening. The fight's not happening. It's bullshit. Jaime Mungia versus Charlo is not happening. If you clicked in for that, it's not happening. It's bullshit. It's done. It's not happening. It was always a lie. PBC constantly over and over again. And yes, I'm blaming PBC because it's constantly PBC, PBC, PBC. It's constantly PBC, 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 PBC. I mean, if someone else can tell me when it's not PBC, let it rip in there, right? Caleb Plant, the first collapse with Canelo, that was PBC. Everything that happens in from the PBC side, Deontay Wilder, all these fights, none of these fights are ever gonna be made from PBC side. It's always gonna take on some fucking mandatories or some shit like that, right? Salute to John Blaze. Salute to John Blaze. So to me, until I see PBC actually work with another promotional company or work with another entity, Al Heyman, if he works with another entity and lets a fighter fight outside the PBC, it's always PBC in my mind. It's always their fault, period. I don't even think either of these two fighters are ducking each other, to be honest. It wasn't Charlo ducking this man, and it wasn't Jaime ducking this man. There's obviously something wrong with the business, and it's something in regards to the PBC, and that's just my opinion. I think Oscar, for all his faults, he will work with other people. He has to. He has to. Oscar will work with other people. In any case, theoretically, if this fight would have gone down, I already had this shit ready to go. I had Jaime Mungia versus Jermall Charlo, the 31-year-old Jermall Charlo, the 25-year-old Jaime Mungia. Key wins for Jaime Mungia: Saddam Ali, Gabe Rosado, Dennis Hogan, Tiriano Johnson, Liam Smith. Key wins for the man Ma Charlo: Derevchenko, Juan Montiel, Dennis Hogan, Korobov, and Austin Trout. Right? Surprisingly, guys, not to the hardcore fans, but surprisingly to many people who see this video on the playback, observe the fights. 39 fights for Mungia at this point, and the man is only 25 years old. 39 fights for Mungia, and the man is 20, and his man is only 25 years old, guys. Salute to Iceman. Contrast that for Jermall Charlo, who has 32 fights and he's 31 years old. And again, why wasn't Ma Charlo fighting harder competition throughout his entire career and being more active? I don't understand this. Why does PBC keep on doing this, right? Look at common opponents between these two characters, as we say, right? Jaime the Killer Mungia, right, versus Ma Charlo. Juan Montiel, Dennis Hogan. Now this is equally, when you just want to play the triangle theory, this is equal for both sides, right? Juan Montiel was knocked out in the lower weight by Jaime Mungia, right? Easily, right? Easy first rounds knockouts for Jaime Mungia, right? Contrast that with Jermall Charlo when you guys know what it is. He went life, I would say a little bit life and death in the last round versus the man Juan Montiel at 160 pounds, right? So that's a wash right there. I mean, we could say Jaime did it better there, right? But I'm just going into the common opponent. Now, we go into the next guy. What's his name? Dennis Hogan, right? Dennis Hogan, Jaime Mungia, he took a majority decision versus the man, right? He took a majority decision versus Dennis Hogan, okay? A majority decision versus Dennis Hogan. Jermall Charlo TKO Dennis Hogan, and I'm keeping it 100, right? So with these two common opponents, it's almost equal. This fight would have been, in my opinion, it would have been a 50-50, obviously. I would have been leaning to Jaime Mungia for being the younger, stronger fighter who has improved drastically over the last 2 years under the man Eric El Terrible Morales. But I'll say something else though. I'll say something else here, right? Charlo, he needs to be more active, brother. He needs to be more active. Charlo brought a poking, of course, but those are the two common opponents both of these guys have. By the way, let's look into the records real quick. 39 wins, 32 for Charlo, right? 39 for Jaime Mungia, 32 for Charlo, right? And again, it's fucking crap. It's fucking crap that Charlo is 31 and he's only fought 32 times, right? The KO rate is similar, to be honest. It's a similar KO rate by percentage. You guys can ink out the math yourselves, but the KO rate by percentage is pretty similar. So they both have power. But the one thing I did see in regards to statistics, which I couldn't add and I couldn't put them up on this screen, because look at, I have a bungle of shit you see on this fucking screen right now. See all that shit? That's a lot of info, right? I couldn't put up the statistic, but there's a statistic that is very telling in regards to Jaime Mungia. He is the number 160 pounder who has the highest output rate, punch round by round, meaning he throws the most punches, most volume round by round. He is number one. Number two on that statistical chart is the man Triple G. So him and by the way, Charlo isn't even in the top fucking 7, right, of this fucking of this stat, right? So it's just interesting. He's younger, he throws more punches, his defense is improving. I would have had the man Jaime Mungia favored against the man Ma Charlo if this shit would have kicked off, but it didn't, right? Salute to the man Paulo Tomas. Salute to the man. Salute. Thank you, Pounds. Thank you, Pounds. I try with this shit, right? Sometimes it don't take long. It doesn't take long to look at stats. It doesn't take long to do math out here. You faggots. If you guys didn't if you faggots didn't go to any type of schooling or graduate, guess what? You could self-learn, self-taught, motherfucker. Shit like that, right? Read books, fucking do math on your spare time. There's calculators out there. Stop being retarded. Stop being lazy. You know what I mean? It doesn't take long to learn how to do a percentage. Stop being lazy. Stop being a bum. Period in life. There's 24 hours in a day. You can look through headlines. You can read things. You can learn new things daily. If you're not learning something new daily, you're probably a lazy ass bum. It's not happening, Iceman. It's over, brother. That shit is not happening. It was all a myth. It was all a fucking. It was all a myth, brother. It was all a myth. It was all a thing to hype up the YouTube boxing community, right? That's what it was, right? I have to give PBC this, right? They do have a tendency to create a lot of buzz with these fake fights that they always say they're gonna make, right? These fake ass fights. I still gotta hear the side of Golden Boy though, right? You know Coppinger, right? He's always out here capping for PBC. I don't know if he's involved with Al Heyman. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he meets in the boardroom. I don't know if he's out here doing the booty cheat gang thing. But for some reason, every time I read an article of Mike Coppinger, I feel like there's information that is left out purposely, and it's always written in a very sneaky manner. What's up, bro? SSC, the fight is off. All that Jaime Mungia, Charlo shit, all that bullshit that people were going off, it's over. It's not happening. It is, and it's over, brother. Bait and switch. Just shit. It is shit. Bro, I literally was talking about this. I was talking about it on the Discord, guys, last night. It was like a fucking whole thing, bro. Guys were wilding out. It was deep in the Discord at a certain point, right? People were talking about this shit. But it just is not happening. But it does create buzz. Dudes were excited about this shit. And like I said, you guys can look at the common opponents here. It's a wash, basically. I mean, Jaime did knock out Montiel in the first rounds fast. Common opponent Dennis Hogan, Jermall Charlo did TKO Dennis Hogan. But I'm gonna say something else. Just looking through the resume of Jermall Charlo, I'm really not that impressed, to be honest. Other than, to me, really the most impressive win he has is Austin Trout. But other than that, his basically the amount of fights he has is pretty ridiculous. He needs to fight more, and he should have fought better opponents by this age of 31. And I hate to say it, maybe these guys are still holding out hope they're getting the Canelo fight. Maybe Jermall Charlo is still holding out hope he's gonna get the Canelo fight somehow, some way, with this Bevo shit, with this Russian shit. You've heard the little rumblings around the internet when guys are like, ban Bevo, he's a Russian. Ban Bevo, he's a Russian. Ban him. We gotta sanction him. When you got Klitschko out there saying sanction Bevo, sanction Bevo, he's a Russian agent, right? You got Lomachenko out there in his little Halloween costume playing military games, right? All this type of stuff. So there might be that to take into account. They might still be trying to hold out hope to get Ma Charlo a fight with Canelo. Yeah, it's working. Wow, Jaime. Yeah, salute to Gary Antoine Russell. Salute to Gary Antoine Russell. Yeah, I wish it was like that, brother, but it ain't. It's not Hyman ducking anybody, brother. It's, you know what it is. The PVC constantly does this, brother. Prop guns, Hollywood sets. That's what all this Lomachenko and Klitschko shit is. I don't want to offend anybody, but guess what? These guys are not over there shooting people. These guys are not out there on the front lines dying. These guys are not over there getting run over by tanks. They should just get back to boxing, represent the country like that. It just seems like a whole game here, guys. I don't even want to get into any type of talk like this because guys might get offended with it. I think it will happen still. They need to sort some trimmings, TV, etc. promotions. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. I don't think it ever meant to happen, Paulo. I think it was just a promotional scheme. It was just one of these things to create buzz, especially post Canelo Bevo announcement and post all that. You know what? Because Ma Charlo lost a lot of steam. Jaime Mungia just came off a fight, by the way, right? So it's not like he's lacking promotion. People were buzzed about him. I think from what I saw, just in regards to seeing what they call the YouTube streets, the internet streets, the Discord streets, the any type of streets, social media streets, Instagram streets. Just off the top of my head, it was probably 65. I was probably 60-40. 60-40 people thinking that Mungia would beat Charlo, right? It was leaning towards Mungia. Just the public sentiment, it was saying Mungia would beat Charlo. I don't know how it was around you guys, but most of the time you would see most guys saying Mungia was going to beat Charlo if this fight cracked off. I think it will still happen. Paulo, CCD Streets Facts, brother. You know what it is, John Blaze. But in any case, you guys see all the statistics. You guys see what's going on. Unless Golden Boy Promotions allows Mungia to fight at Showtime without the zone getting involved. I know, bro. There it is. They literally want everything, bro. They literally want everything, bro. Like that's basically why do you even need Golden Boy at this point, right? Like that's the whole point. I think that's the problem with it. You need people. You need two entities to agree. You need both entities to make money and shit. I mean, fuck. I don't know if you got. I know some of you guys might be involved in business. Uh, I know some business. I ran business before, and I know that you need to work with others to you make business. That's the way business works. You can never unless you're fucking some clown ass motherfucker like this guy Jeff Bezos who has a fucking monopoly over many things. You can literally never basically run people over or do business on your own. It's never going to be successful that way. Is there a reason why it called off? I saw an interview with Mungia a few days ago, and he said it's 80%, 90 done. The reason it fell off, SSC, is because they couldn't agree on the contractual agreement on where it should be televised, and they couldn't reach agreement fast. PBC was saying we want an agreement by Friday. We want an agreement by Friday. So it was called off. They were trying to rush things, guys. Um, and it all was based on the zone and on the rights to the British and the Mexican market. I guess PBC said we're throwing you the Mexican and British market on the zone or some shit like this. You know how it is. You know what's crazy though? Any fight involved a Mexican fighter, they should get those Mexican rights off bat. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, right? I remember they did the same thing with Canelo, right? They said we gave Canelo. Remember when Caleb Plant came off the first time when they broke off negotiations, and he tweeted some random shit. He's like, "Yo, we gave Canelo the rights to Mexico, the rights of the fighting. We gave him the rights of Mexico, the TV rights of Mexico." You can't give a Mexican fighter TV rights in Mexico. They already have them, motherfucker. Like literally, they don't know who any of these American fighters are. It's ridiculous. Everyone wants a piece of cake. That's the facts. That's the facts, man. That's the facts. Um, but guys, Mungia is not gonna have problems. The Mungia is gonna have a career. This is about Charlo. He is a 31-year-old man. Mungia is 25. He still has a whole career in front of him. He still has things. He still has things to accomplish, and he's already been a champion, right? The problem is Charlo. He's going down the gutter, brother. Look at like I keep on saying. Just look at his resume. His best wins is Derevyanchenko, Juan Montiel, Dennis Hogan, Korobov, and Austin Trout, and that's over a long career. So PBC is doing this man a disservice at this point. I mean, for all of us, we wanted to see this shit. We wanted to see this Jaime Mungia versus Charlo, but the real guy getting his fucking his legacy, his career fucked up is Charlo, brother. He's just being right there. He's gonna fight a fucking mandatory, who knows what, a fucking Russian guy from, not even a Russian, might even be a Kazakh or one of these guys that most people don't even know. So it's fucked up for Charlo. Mungia can still move on. He can still do things. Like they said, the most probable fight for Mungia next is the man El Caballo Adames from the Dominican Republic, the man who just defeated Derevyanchenko. You know what I mean? So he still has fights. Charlo, on the other hand, it's getting to that stage where, dude, no one's gonna give a fuck no more. I don't give a shit about this. I'm starting to not give a shit about Crawford. I'm starting to not give a shit about Spence. This shit's going too long, man. How do you fight this long and not have any significant glorified championship fights? Salute to LT. But yeah, guys, facts on facts. Salute to LT. I just wanted to make this short video, and basically, guys, the fight's not happening. Jaime Mungia versus Charlo, it's not happening, guys. It's over. None of this shit's happening. It was all a lie. It was all a hoax. It was all to get you excited. It was all to promote Jermall Charlo. That's what it was. PBC constantly lies. Al Heyman, he does what he does. At this point, people should stop falling for this bullshit. Don't believe anything. I don't even believe Plant is happening until I see both of them. Plant versus Benavides is not happening until I see both of them in the ring. This is all a fucking promotional stunt that these guys got, bro. Facts. Salute. Puro, it's not happening. It was all a con job. It's not happening. Charlo versus Mungia is not happening. This shit's all promotional stunts, and this shit is sickening. And again, I'm not even gonna believe Plant versus Benavides till the motherfuckers are in the ring. These guys are professional stunt artists at PBC. I'm sick of it. It's not wrong. These guys are dropping it. It's over, Puro. I wanted to see. I was a hell of excited yesterday. Today, I'm just disgusted with this whole boxing shit again. I'm disgusted with this boxing shit again. I'm disgusted with the matchmakers. I'm disgusted with the promotion. More specifically, I'm disgusted with PBC. The fight's not happening. It's over. It's not happening, period. Charlo versus Mungia is not happening. I'm sick of this shit. In any case, watch some of the shit on the playback if you guys want to hear me reading, you know what I mean? Reading this fucking bullshit that Mike Coppinger put on. But in any case, guys, I'm out of here. It's sickening. Man, what the fuck, man? That's why people are turning to the UFC, bro. It's fucking sickening. Boxing is losing. I like boxing more than MMA, bro. But guess what? That's why motherfuckers are jumping to the UFC, bro. Because it's sickening how fights don't happen. It's sickening. In any case, on to the next one. I'm out of here.